CJ Flyer back with another YouTube video talking about the Dallas Mavericks today. Yes, I know there is a lot going on in the NBA, but I have to talk about the Mavericks. I have to talk about this as a betrayed Mavs fan, betrayed by Nico Harrison, betrayed by this new ownership. And the story just keeps on unfolding. There's new developments every single day. And honestly, I didn't think that would be the case. I thought after the end of last season, we'd be through the thick of it and there wouldn't be much to talk about. But we're back. We're back, baby. It's the NBA. Regular season just started, and there's already more news to talk about with this Dallas Mavericks team. So yesterday was the season opener, also the home opener for the Dallas Mavericks, hosting the San Antonio Spurs, and of course Victor Wembanyama, who had reportedly been working with Hakeem Olajuwon in the offseason this year, as well as traveling to China on some kind of, I don't know if it's some kind of spiritual quest or what he was doing out there, but it clearly helped him a lot because last night he was putting up crazy video game numbers. I mean, he went 15 of 21 from the field, getting 40 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks, and a steal in under 30 minutes played, plus 31 on the box score. I mean, you cannot make this up. This guy, he quite literally put up video game numbers. Absolutely insane from him. At one point, he had this crazy and 1-3. I'm going to post a link to that highlight in the description. He did a series of crossover dribble moves between the legs, step back, 3 in your face, and 1 fouled, made the 3. I just couldn't believe what my eyes were seeing. I mean, it was absolutely absurd what was happening on that basketball court last night for the Spurs and for Wemby. That being said, getting back to the Mavericks here, it was also Cooper Flagg's debut. And honestly, the Mavs put him in a very unfair position, in my opinion. The Mavericks, of course, with their roster construction right now, last season, before the trade, the big trade that we all know about, Luka was the main point guard, with Kyrie being a secondary ball handler for that team. You also had guys like Jaden Hardy off the bench, but of course the main focus would be Luka and Kyrie. Now going into this season, they lost Dinwiddie. Not that he was exactly a huge net positive for the team, but you know, he can be a playmaker. He can be a guy that can fill in at the point guard position. You had now this season. I mean, where do I even begin? I mean, Kyrie's out with an ACL injury. Luka's not on the team anymore. So that leaves you with the offseason signing of D'Angelo Russell, but it's clear that the Mavs just don't trust D'Lo to be the starting point guard. Either that or, I mean, I don't know, because he only got 15 minutes played last night. He got less time played than the rookie Ryan Nembhard, which, don't get me wrong, I think Ryan Nembhard's going to be a solid piece, a solid player in the NBA. He's going to have a good career. But he's 5'9", and you're giving him more playing time than D'Angelo Russell. And by the way, neither of these guys started. Who did the Mavs start at point guard? They started Cooper Flagg, and that's why I'm saying I think they put him in a very unfair position. Cooper Flagg did not run the point at Duke in college. He's not used to being a point guard, and he didn't really play a point guard style of play last night. They put him in as the, so to speak, point guard, and then they also said, well, just do your thing. Be Cooper Flagg out there, whatever that means. He hasn't played a single NBA minute, but let him do what he wants to do. What's the game plan? I mean, you could see watching the game last night, the players out there clearly had no idea what they were doing outside of a few set plays out of a break or a timeout. I mean, they didn't really have much of an offensive flow at all. They looked very lost out there. Everyone looked really confused. Cooper Flagg had some nice moments. PJ had some nice moments. He went 7 of 11 from the field. That's probably the main glimpse of joy that you could get as a Mavs fan last night, I guess, is just seeing PJ having a good scoring night. But Anthony Davis, I mean, he didn't put up terrible numbers. If you look at the box score, you might think, oh, AD wasn't that bad, 22 points, 13 rebounds, 2 steals and a block. But man, Wemby, like, AD is Wemby's son now. I'm saying it. AD's like 10 years older, but Wemby made AD his son last night. He was getting shoved around in the paint, driving by him. I mean, AD, and with AD being one of the better defending bigs in the league, man, the league's been put on notice last night. Wemby's about to go off. This might be his MVP season. It's insane. But I need to start getting carried away with Wemby here. The whole point is Cooper Flagg got put in a terrible position. It's not his fault. I mean, he looked a little bit shaky, a little bit clumsy out there at times, which is to be expected. He's a rookie, hasn't played a single NBA minute. I think he's going to turn out fine. He's going to be a good NBA player, if not a star player. But that being said, he was not put in a position to succeed last night. He's not a point guard. I'm sure, he can work on his ball handling and his playmaking ability, and he can, fill into that type of a role later. But clearly they didn't have him out there to do any kind of, playmaking or setting teammates up. He had 0 assists, if that spells anything out, with over 30 minutes played last night. So, I just... There's some hope for Cooper Flagg, plenty of hope, but the Mavs, I don't know what they were doing with him last night. It was embarrassing. That on top of the fact that they clearly have a crisis with, not having a point guard in general. So yeah, Cooper Flagg's debut completely overshadowed by Wembanyama's video game-like performance on a national broadcast. And then, of course, Anthony Davis being the primary player acquired by the Mavs in the trade, trading away Luka Doncic, getting completely outplayed by Wembanyama. I mean, that's pretty embarrassing to see, too. All of that happening on national TV and on streaming, you got to not be feeling very good about that. So not only was there that aspect of the game last night, another reason the Mavs are still in crisis mode is they are still kicking fans out of the arena for Fire Nico signs, shirts, words being spoken, yelled out into the void of the arena. Like, I mean, I thought this was, I don't know if I'm happy about it or not. I'm glad that people aren't giving it up, their frustrations just because the Mavs got the number 1 pick. But I honestly thought that this was all going to die down a bit going into this season because a lot of season ticket holders last year ended up not renewing their season tickets, backing out. People aren't going to the games anymore or as much. There was honestly, it was pretty close, if not, I don't know what the numbers were. I don't know if it was sold out arena, but it was a packed house last night. You could tell on the broadcast. But man, there was a lot of Spurs fans there. I mean, not really many Mavs fans. Anytime the camera panned to the crowd is a lot of folks wearing Spurs jerseys, Wembanyama jerseys, shirts, Spurs, gear and whatnot. And honestly, yeah. And then there's videos circling around social media of fans with Fire Nico signs getting asked to leave the game. I mean, it's just, it never ends. I guess this is just going to be a thing from now on until he's let go, if he ever gets let go. I honestly, I don't know if it is at this point, if he's ever going to get let go from the team. I don't know what more he could do wrong to get himself fired. I mean, what more? He's already ruined this team's chance of a championship, in my opinion. I don't think they're contending for a championship. I'm really worried about the fact that there's rumors that Kyrie could come back as early as Thanksgiving, end of November. That's only 1 month away, and that is a quick timeline in recovering from an ACL tear. And given the track record of this Mavs medical staff from last season and how they were rushing players back from injury to, improve the outcomes of the team's games, after the Luka trade and all of that, I mean, it's not a good look. I'm really worried for Kyrie's health. I'm worried that he's going to come back way too early. He's going to get hurt again. You don't want to see it. And just for the sake of the Mavs trying to save face, it's a bit concerning to me. And then one last reason the Mavs are still currently in crisis mode that I have not talked about yet, and it has nothing to do really with last night's game per se, but Dirk Nowitzki, who's, he's the face of the Dallas Mavericks. When you think of Dallas Mavericks basketball historically, the first player that comes to your mind in most cases, if it's not Luka Doncic, it's gonna be Dirk Nowitzki. He's the main guy that won the championship with the Mavs in 2011, the one championship for the franchise. And he was in attendance in LA for Luka's season opener with the Lakers on Tuesday, which is like, okay, fair. He's got a good relationship with Luka. He also might be in LA because he's now part of the Amazon studio for coverage of the NBA. But that's no excuse for him not to be there Wednesday in Dallas for Cooper's debut. And he's met Cooper before. He's done some promos. I think there's like a Gatorade ad. Dirk hyping up Cooper as being, he's the first Cooper. He's not the next Dirk. He's the first Cooper. But he was not at the game last night. He was at the Lakers game on Tuesday. He was not at the Mavericks game for the season opener and Cooper's debut on Wednesday, yesterday. And not only that, there was a picture floating around from a Lakers reporter that Dirk was at the Lakers practice facility Wednesday instead of being in Dallas for the Mavs game. I mean, you can't make this up. I mean, Mavs are in crisis mode right now. If they didn't lose a large percentage of season ticket holders last season, if things don't turn around this season with this supposed, team that has enhanced defense and defense wins championships, and this is the true contender that Nico has masterminded and put together, if they don't succeed this season, I think the season ticket holder numbers are going to plummet even further if they haven't already. I mean, it's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing right now. This supposed, letting Nico cook. We let him cook too far. He burnt the food. It's over. Please move on from him. This new ownership is just so clueless. They're embarrassing. They need, even if this was an ownership backed decision or ownership making, pulling the strings from behind the scenes, if they really want to save face in front of the fans, they need to let Nico go and they need to bring in a new GM. That's the only way around this. And then obviously they need a point guard on this roster. Nembhard, I think he can be a guard for the future. He is really short, 5'9", but I think he's still got promise. D'Lo is who D'Lo is. He's not going to change at this point. He is what you get. And then Kyrie with the ACL tear, yes, he'll be back, but players after ACL tears, they're not always what they were beforehand. So we got to keep that in mind. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Still going through it as a betrayed Mavs fan, but having a good time seeing Luka putting up big numbers and carrying that Lakers team. Let me know what you think in the comments and click one of the videos on your screen now for some more NBA discussion.